Montgomery County Fire and Rescue is November 2025, and this is the monthly Fire Chiefs video. I want to spend a little time highlighting a few things, but the majority of this time we will spend talking about the many benefits that are out there for everyone and how you can access them. So today we have with us both Division Chief Howard and Division Chief Kelley to help us with the discussion. One of the things I want to highlight, October has been an awesome month for us. There's been a lot of work from the volunteers, our union and career staff, as well as our prevention staff, going out throughout the community, working to keep the community safe. Trunk or treat, I think is what we called it, was a absolute success in the parking lot of headquarters. We had hundreds of community members come out to engage, talk about how to stay safe, have fun with each other. We had the whole public safety family, and I just want to thank Community Risk Reduction, Beth Ann's shop for help spearheading that event and all that took part in that event to keep our community safe. We installed several hundred smoke alarms throughout the month of October. We also work with the Red Cross on Sound the Alarm. A lot of great work in that time to keep our community safe. So please don't let it stop there for October. Let's continue that. If you go on a call, whether it's a EMS call, a service call, or after the fire kind of event, please make sure we are checking smoke alarms and providing guidance to our community on how to stay safe during this time. The week of November, the first week of November, we held our inaugural Sign to Serve event, which was the Recruit Class 58 opportunity to come in with their family members to be welcomed into the organization. We had just under 200 people show up. We offered them the ability to understand a little bit about what they're getting into. We allowed them to have a new hat called Team MCFRS with their 58 class on the back. We engaged with their family members and answered any questions. Just doing it the Montgomery County way, welcoming our new teammates into the department. We will continue that, and we learn from that and how we can improve it. So we recognize that we may in the coming future do a joint effort with our other public safety agencies, and I cannot forget our volunteer membership as well. So more to come on that, but I just wanted to let everybody know and thank those who were behind the scenes, Chief Howard's shop, Chief Gibson, Andrea, Firefighter Ferguson, and so many others that were involved. I know I'm missing some people, so please understand I want to thank all who were part of that. From a couple things I want to highlight with our LFRDs. I know Burdensville was successful again with the SAFER grant for their recruiter. So they got an extension to continue their recruitment efforts. So kudos to Burdensville. In addition to that, they have signed their contract with Pierce for a brand new tractor drawn aerial. So we're working with Central Maintenance Fleet, Chief Pesos now, to make sure that that goes over well. And we look forward to adding that into the entire fleet. So kudos to Burdensville. In Bethesda Chevy Chase, I can tell you that there's a lot of great community members all throughout, and the Bethesda Rotary Club donated a $7,000 check to help them continue the great work they do in the community. Also, am I getting his last name right? Ed Levian. Our brother Ed Levian was highlighted on so many different shows. I know Kelly Clarkson and then CBS Nightly News highlighted the great work that Ed's been doing for many years. Not only responding to calls, but doing a lot of training behind the scenes. So Ed, continue the great work, and thank you for representing the county and Bethesda Chevy Chase well. The last thing I want to talk about on the volunteer side, there's a section in the International Association of Fire Chiefs called VCOS. VCOS stands for Volunteer and Combination Officer Section. So obviously we're a combination system. They have a symposium in the sun coming up in the week of the 11th, November 11th. I will attend. This will be my first time attending. The goal of that is to really identify unique opportunities within the volunteer or combination system to help them be successful and serve the community as they've done for many, many years. So I'm looking forward to going, learning, collaborating, meeting new partners so that we can bring back some best practices to even help us improve in that area. Thank you, International Association of Firefighters 1664, for inviting me again to your 2025 gala. I had an awesome time. Yolanda and I, we danced. We ate after we danced the next day, but we really enjoyed spending time with you and just being able to have a good time with all the things that we've had to deal with, unfortunately, over this last year. Kudos to Captain Gary Cummins for receiving the 2025 Brotherhood and Sisterhood Award. He received that at the gala for all the great work he does at Fromm's, especially around cancer prevention. And we just want to say thank you for your heart and your time and your effort in that space. Finally, with the 1664, I had an opportunity on the 7th to witness the firefighter survival work that's being done, the training that's being done by the IFF 1664. Thank you for those members that found it very important to take your time, not at work, to come in and improve your skill set so that we can make sure that we have the best training and the best ability and skills to address any needs that confront us during emergency scenes. I know that there's been discussions, I've brought it up, there's been questions about the Joint Operations Center efforts. I can tell you your president, IFF 1664, President Butto, has accompanied a tour in DC to look at the Fire Operations Center. We have an upcoming tour with the Real Time Crime Center in DC, a supplemental budget request collectively from Office of Emergency Management, the Police Department, and your Fire and Rescue to obtain funding to start the build-out of the Joint Operations Center. We will continually provide updates as they become available. If you have additional questions, please reach out to your chain of command. That is being led through Operations, Chief Kelley, Chief Fabrizio, and Chief Cooper. So if you have questions, please, we want to make sure we answer them accordingly, and just understand that I had a recent meeting with the CAO to talk about that. He is very excited about it as well. So we're going to be moving forward in that direction. And once we get additional information, we will share that. All right. So with that, I think it's a appropriate time. We've had some unfortunate events, ladies and gentlemen, and we found out that during these unfortunate events, sometimes benefit paperwork hadn't been updated. So I want to turn it over to Chief Howard and Chief Kelley to talk about some opportunities, give you some information to talk about the benefits and how you can access them to make sure they're up to date.
Yeah, thank you, Chief. So I like to, this is kind of a portion of my shop that is often forgotten, and that is the human resources component. Mm-hmm. And human resources in general encompasses so many things that I think as volunteers and careers and non-sworn folks that we totally forget about. Mm-hmm. And one of those things that people can remember back that have been on the job more than a couple of years, people may remember back when they came in, they signed, a lot of paperwork. Mm-hmm. And some of that included the beneficiary forms. Mm-hmm. And you're in one space in your life when you do that. And it could be you're single, it could be you're married for the first time, of a lot of things. And you fill out all that paperwork when you first come in, and then we're finding that people never look at it again. So what happens is during challenging times, unfortunately, when someone experiences a death or the birth of a child, we are finding that, of course, now people are trying to cash in on those benefits. And we're finding that the form that was filled out 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago is still the same form that people are trying to cash in on them. And unfortunately, whatever was written down and signed by the employee or the volunteer at that time is what we have to stick to.
Yeah.
So what we really want to do is highlight not only the beneficiary forms, but just kind of what human resources has to offer.
Yeah.
I think the first thing I'd like to share is really important to understand. While we call my division Human Resources Division, our benefits, our wellness component, beneficiaries, all of that is really under the umbrella of Montgomery County government. And so it's really important to kind of draw the focus to Montgomery County government's Office of Human Resources to direct people to that website. And then from that website, kind of show people the direction or the path that they should go in to find out all of the things that our services have to offer. And those services are not just for career folks. They're for volunteers, they're for non-sworn. And so it's important really to direct people and encourage people right now, today, to go to that website and just look around. There's so many things there to just take a look around. I don't even think we'll be able to mention everything.
Oh,
Chief
no.
Kelley and I were talking about just all of the benefits. And I don't know if we can mention anything or everything, but we just want to highlight a few things.
Sure. Let me jump in.
Sure.
Okay. So with the volunteers, the largest or the best benefit we have right now is the Length of Service Award Program, or LOSAP, as everybody knows it. And that program drives pretty much most of all of the other benefits that apply to the volunteers. But the LOSAP program was established in 1972. It's been updated a number of times. The Montgomery County Volunteer Fire Rescue Association now, when they do their bargaining contract with the county and with the fire service every third year, they include enhancements to those and additional benefits. So it's very, very important, not only for the volunteers to maintain up-to-date beneficiary forms, because they apply to the LOSAP form as well, LOSAP program as well, but also to the death benefit that comes with, includes with LOSAP. With 10 years of active service, a volunteer is now vested in the LOSAP program, and at a certain age later on, they will start collecting a monthly stipend. That's not a retirement program, but they call it an awards program. At 10 years also, it means that when the volunteer passes, their beneficiary, as designated, will receive a lump sum payment to assist with burial. Right now, that amount is $5,000. It's soon to be increased to $10,000, and I'm sure the association will work to enhance that in the future. But that's why it's important for all volunteers to continue to fill out the forms that they're required for their standbys and their sleep-ins and their drills and their training, because all of those accumulate points toward LOSAP each year, and 50 points a year gives them one additional year of qualification toward LOSAP. Connected to the LOSAP program, in addition to the death benefit, we have a state income tax deduction for those that qualify with LOSAP. I think it's 2 out of 3 years or 3 out of 5 years, you will then qualify for that. We have a tuition assistance program, which I'm sure Dee will talk about in a moment. And the Volunteer Association also has a tuition assistance program. The county one requires annual LOSAP certification. The Montgomery County also has a property tax credit for volunteers who live within the county, own a home within the county. And that's also a huge benefit. It started within the last few years.
I think that's like $2,500 or something like
Yep,
that.
that's I remember that. Yes. In addition to that, there's some smaller ones like they're not small by any way, but recreational swimming pools and gymnasiums in the county rec centers. Volunteers will have access to that, and that's an annual certification toward that. And then there's bus passes. I think actually Ride-On is now no charge to anyone, but that is also quite a benefit. And then there's a capital bike share, smaller level. It's just a discounted amount of 25% to active volunteers. So those are just a handful of the great benefits that apply. Now, I'll mention also that with Fire Rescue Operational Medical Section, FROMS, we provide annual physicals to all the volunteers, and they're very, very important because there's cancer screening, there's flu shots, and a lot of other things that can be diagnosed then that they might not have found till later on, and we might touch on that also as the great amount of health lives that could have been saved, have been saved by these the FROMS reports,
Sure.
the physicals. So that's just a handful of them.
Right. And that's not all of them.
That's not all of them, but we'll continue. Come back next year. I hope I have 10 more that I can add to it.
And so, again, encouraging people to go to the Montgomery County Office of Human Resources website, and they have it broken down. I mean, it's pretty user-friendly.
Mm-hmm.
They have it broken down, so they have a section just for MCVFRA that you can click on and find out more information that we're talking about as far as the Capital Ride, bike share, tuition assistance, and things like that.
Yeah. Now, in addition, LoSAP is so large that I have a full-time employee who is the county's LoSAP administrator.
Sure.
So volunteers can also use that resource if they can't find what they're looking for in the county website.
On the website, right? And then to piggyback on what you're saying, career, sworn and non-sworn also have multiple opportunities, again, to look at this website and maybe see some things that they would benefit from. Kind of, Chief, the real point of this and the reason why we got to this place is because we really want to encourage people to go to and look at those beneficiary forms. And it's not just one, right? There are several different. You got to kind of take your time and go to the website and scroll through and see and take your time to fill out a number of forms. So earlier today, we were talking to one of our uniform folks who, when we were mentioning what our topic was going to be, was saying, "Hey, wait a second, right? I filled out the form when my first child was born, the beneficiary form, and 100% of the benefits were going to that child. But hey, since I've had another child, but there are no benefits going to that child." So things like that, we have to be on top of. And I don't just want to focus on the beneficiaries, right? Because that's kind of a sign that something bad has happened. But Montgomery County also offers a tremendous Live Well program. And again, on the website, if we go to Montgomery County Office of Human Resources, and we click on the health and well-being, it shows us health insurance, where it'll take us to those benefit forms. But you can click on Live Well. And clicking on Live Well and eligibility, you don't necessarily have to have a health insurance program with Montgomery County. Just be an employee with Montgomery County, and you can go and find kind of your whole health profile. And one of the things I know several people have benefited from, if you join this health profile, these health programs, they will pay you, to maintain a certain level of fitness. So if you walk a certain amount of steps per day, or if you participate in a challenge each other to steps and wellness programs, they will accumulate as points, and then those points will give you a tiered payment system. And so you can benefit from that. And the money that you can collect, you can use it for gift cards. They have a list of programs, whether you like to fly on a certain airline or whether you're a frequent Amazon shopper. So, another great benefit. Montgomery County career, uniform, and non-sworn folks also have an opportunity to participate in the discounted bike share program, in the tax credit program. All those can be found on the website. And so really, really encouraging people to go to the Montgomery County Office of Human Resources website and take the time to look and update and familiarize yourself with just all the benefits that
it's important, Dee, to emphasize that in a lot of these benefits, volunteers are considered county employees for
yes.
the purpose of the benefits. So when you say employees, it doesn't necessarily exclude
Yes.
the volunteers.
Yeah, thanks for bringing
Thank
that
you.
up.
Yeah,
And
thank
one
you
thing
for
I
that.
want to add to the LoSAP discussion is once a volunteer is vested, eventually they will pass away, their spouse will then continue to receive 50% of those monthly benefits for as long as they live or until they were to remarry. So it's an extension. That's why the beneficiary forms are so
Are
important.
so
You don't want to
important.
have the wrong person's name
Right.
written down there.
And we've seen that. We've seen
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and thank you both for that. Team, we are not expecting, as Chief Howard mentioned, to lay out all things in this short period of time. It really was to put a spotlight on all these opportunities that you know about, but you may not be focused on that right now. And we just want to kind of help you to refocus on those things. If there are questions that you may have, if there's something that you are considering or you're not sure of, there's always opportunities to reach out through your chain of command or contact human resources directly to get those questions answered. We really want to, if we don't get anything else from this monthly video, but this, go and look at your beneficiary forms. And if you're not sure how many there are, again, contact human resources, but we want to make sure you have the right beneficiary on those forms. Again, you talked about someone having multiple kids now, so that's important. We want to make sure that all that is available to you, that you have in the right place and you access accordingly. Was there anything else that you want to talk about from the benefits?
Chief, it's that time of year where we start to think about collecting toys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know if you want to highlight that.
Yeah, so there will be more information on Toys for Tots and any other program that is out there. We recognize that we have a county process. We recognize that it might be a local fire and rescue department process. We're not trying to muddy any other processes. Point taken is Toys for Tot. It is that time of year, and we are blessed to be in our roles. And we want to make sure we're able to bless others. So that's the point of that. The other thing you reminded me, we're in the season of preparing for the Valor Awards. So if you have people you want to recommend to be awarded, go through the normal channels, which are
Through the chain of command. So if you
okay.
have an idea, certainly bring it to through your chain of command.
Okay.
To kind of be vetted, and so because the Valor Award Committee does require a number of steps to kind of determine what level of valor, whether it's a unit citation, an honorable mention, or is it worthy of a gold, silver, or bronze award.
Yeah, and the one of the other things I get an opportunity to go see some really great people, really great organizations. So maybe a month or so ago, went out to do a hospital visit with Dr. Stone, our medical director, as well as our EMS chief, Chief Kaufman, and Chief Penthier. And as we saw the great work, a lot of great patient care, we started to tour the facility. And at Shady Grove Hospital, we went to the EMS room, and it was in need of a little refreshing. So Chief Kaufman worked with the hospital, and they did just that. They refreshed the EMS room. What I'm asking you all, if there are other hospitals or other things you see that, we visited these places a lot, and we should be in a space that the conditions are suitable. So if that doesn't exist, please let us know, and we will do what we can within our control, and we will work with others who have the responsibility to make sure when you go into these places, they're upkept and they're convenient for you to be in. If it's anything that you all want to hear or understand, or you want to talk about during these monthly videos, please go through your chain of command so that we can review it, vet it, do the research, answer any questions so there's no ambiguity out there. You have clarity so that you can go out there and do your job that you do every day. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all you do. It is getting cold out there, so let's make sure that not only we're taken care of, change your clothes at the station, make sure your homes are taken care of, and let's take care of each other at work, and let's have fun. Take care.